Great response from yesterday. Really proud of the guys. And when I say it, I mean, the entire team. The response was really good. The questions from beforehand, just talking about why is it that way or whatever, why the record. And, look, every game, like I said, takes on its own identity. But that's the character and, like I said, the competitiveness of the guys, and it was a tremendous response.
I think you started off the game almost like 50% from three, and that was after making like 13 of them. So just for you guys, what did you see tonight from you guys with the ball movement and the shooting?
Yeah, that's the answer, ball movement. No, but that really is it. I mean, the ball moved. Our spacing was really good. Transition, it's not the fast break points, it's just the flow of our offense, and the overall execution was solid. So the spacing allows the ball movement, the pace with the throw ahead, either the pace of bringing it up on the dribble or passing it ahead. All of that goes hand in hand, and from the beginning of the game, you saw it.
You mentioned who we should vote for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year during the pregame. Do you have any thoughts on Sixth Man of the Year?
Yeah, I think we'd be familiar with who that is. No, I think, I love the question, and the one thing that I would say is those guys go out there and, they play for one another, and that's why you are also able to talk about why they are who they are and the effort that goes in on the defensive end. When everybody talks about Brooke, like we did better, we're showing progress. We're not there. And Giannis being able to do all the things that he does. And so, again, I know you're kind of joking, but there's reasons.
Coach, going back to the shooting, first basket of the game, Dame hits a three from about like the hash mark. I'm curious for you as a coach who's been in the league for a long time, what has that kind of been like to watch guys push that distance back on the shooting?
Yeah, we drew that up. No, it's been amazing, and that is something. It's been an evolution, obviously the 3-point shot and how it's been impacted, and I would say the last few years, but it's been longer than that now, and we all know it. But that distance has just been challenged more and more and more, and I know, I don't know how long ago I would say this was, but like there were just a few guys that I could think of like Stephon Marbury could shoot his normal jump shot from half court. And he's so strong. Holy smokes. That's ridiculous. And I'm not going to sit here and go through a list of people, but the bottom line is that there's more and more guys, the accuracy, the strength, the repetition of doing things, with the shot, that the distance is just getting further and further. And, it's always going to come down now, how many can you make? I mean, one is not, it's just, it's one shot. But, Dame has that range. I mean, one too long ago that he hit a big one at the end of the game. So beginning of the game, end of the game, I'll take him.
Just wondering, big picture, how do you feel the team responded these 3 games in 4 days while going through this coaching transition? Mm-hmm. Just how do you feel the team's going into this new situation now?
I think our players are high character, obviously very talented, but high character, high quality individuals that, as we've said all along, step in, be ready, do your job, and do it to the best of your ability. And even last night in a loss, it's 106-100. And LeVert hits a very tough 3. If that doesn't go in and it's about a minute and change, I can't give you the, let's say 20 or something like that just for ballpark number. That doesn't go in, we're going the other way off possibly a long rebound, score 4 3-point game. And so I think all our guys have responded very, very well.
Hey, Coach, we talked about Brooke in the pregame. Just what can you say about his offensive showing tonight? I think 24 points, including 6 threes on the night.
Yeah, I think, the biggest thing for me was just, and his minutes, there were in the first half were higher than I wanted them to be. Part of it was the way the rotation fell out. We deviated a little bit from what we had been doing, and so he came back a little bit. He left the game earlier, then came back and kind of ran a longer stretch, and so he responded extremely well. And it's what we talked about before the game. Even though he's going to be, he should be Defensive Player of the Year. Now, even though he does things on that end, the versatility of his abilities on the offensive end, like a couple of nights ago, Giannis gets double teamed in the post, Brooks at the rim. Tonight, Brooks out at the 3-point line. His versatility with his spacing and the things that he helps create on offense are immeasurable.
Coach, congratulations, 2-1 as interim head coach. Now that you have been in that head coach position, from that point of view, what is going to lend itself to you helping get Doc Rivers, into that position and hit the ground running?
Sure, no, we're all going to, it's kind of like I said from the beginning. We're going to do our job, and we're going to learn our roles, and we're going to do them to the best of our abilities, and that's everyone. And so, it's nice I appreciate, that 2-1 and all that, but it's what we did. It's 32-14. It's what our goals haven't changed with what we're trying to do this year. And so this is where we are. How do we move forward, and how do we build upon the next thing, like do the next right thing? And so really positive night tonight, okay? And now we're going to go out on the road, and we have 5 road games, but it doesn't matter who the third or fourth game is right now. We know who we have to play in the first road game, and that'll be when we play Denver, that'll be the game to worry about and stay focused on that.
Well, and speaking of, what are some things from tonight that you need to bottle up and take into that, and where do you see yourself filling in those gaps of, okay, I know that we still need work in this area, that area, et cetera, against the Nuggets specifically?
Yeah, that's tough. You got to dive into the film a little bit. We know who they are in terms of, defending champions, right? So I think for us, we'll dive into the film. We'll, evaluate what the best things are, and we'll move forward from there. It's, each game, like I said, takes on a mind of its own. And, we're going to, after we'll enjoy this one and then move on to that one very quickly and be prepared.